Let's do this!
Benevolent aliens from planet Emerald send superhero Starman to protect Earth from an invasion of an alien race called Spirions. When Starman arrived on Earth, he discovered a conspiracy involving Earth's top scientists, and he must root out the traitors and also stop the impending alien invasion. Starman, attack from space.
Starman, attack from space. I discovered a bunch of these.
I just love the photo. Anyway,
this guy, and it's perfect because the guy who plays Starman is a direct, sort of like the George Reeves that played Superman, right?
Yes, same shape, same everything.
Same shape, the same way that he does everything that he does.
Very slowly. Missing punches all the time.
The thing is this guy is fighting like 15 people at once. And the great thing about it is, nobody ever stays down, right? They just keep coming back. And the thing is he is so slow that if you really watch carefully, these guys actually do their own hits to themselves.
Yeah,
right?
I noticed that.
Facing the other way. He's like facing the other way. And
well, he
goes,
really beat up that dummy on the stairs, though.
Yeah, well, we've all beat up a dummy on the stairs before, No, it is a crack up, and but it also gives you a feeling for kind of a post-war Japan. There are a lot of vacant buildings. There are it's like there are piles of rubble that they kind of shoot around every once in a while. And what I think is great though is I think that they filmed a whole bunch of these at once, like one right after the other.
Well, I think it might have been a bunch of put together, like they kind of put them all together, I think. Well, the impression I got.
No. I mean, if you look, there are several films. There are several films that this guy is doing. The Starman films. There's a whole bunch of them. I really feel bad. I should have done more research on him. But I love that they built the side of a ship for him to go by, and it's just hilarious. And the thing is and I've watched so many of them.
What was that? Like a tape reel painted white?
But the great thing is I did watch. I watched like 3 of these, and to tell you the truth, I lost the plot on any given one of them. Because
what plot?
Because all of them.
Well, they described the whole plot in the first 2 minutes of this one.
They're the same thing, basically.
Spaceman has a magic watch. That's basically all it is. And then
that's right. Spaceman has a magic watch, and then he gets into a fight where he has to fight virtually everybody.
Yeah.
And it's always.
He makes really bad decisions though, because instead of blowing up a ship, he decides to go and beat everybody up and then blow it up. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh no, there is.
No, and then the Heil Hitler wave, really? I mean, come on. Why was, really?
Really? Yeah, I like that. We just, really? No.
What were they thinking behind that? The Heil Hitler wave, really? Yeah, I almost did it. I tried not to.
There isn't a lot of thinking that goes on in these films. But
well, they could have come up with a different salute. Like, I like the ones that do the weird, stupid salutes. Like, they'll do like a...
Yeah, that's... Oh, well, yeah. Weird, like, morons from outer space is perfect example. You know,
right.
Remember, he puts his hand up and tries to cover his name badge because it's wrong.
Yeah.
Right? And it becomes the salute for the entire facility. But that's the level that this
and I can't
on.
remember Throw Rock from the Sun. They had a really good one, but I can't remember the salute with the big giant head.
Right.
Yeah, it was something like with
like that. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. But I just had a lot of fun with this, especially in getting into a whole bunch of them. I like to go into these films. Because I know this sounds really strange, but I'm looking for little clues as to what it was like in Japan.
Okay.
In the 50s.
You mean this wasn't shot in space?
Well,
I thought it was.
It was kind of.
Well,
it was shot in the space between that guy's ears.
I almost lost my suspension of disbelief. Is that what you call it? Where he was flying through the air with the girl, and they were both breathing fine. Like, oh yeah, we're in space.
Yeah, and they were in space. That was really great. Yeah.
And this is the Death Star, really. A Death Star and a weapon that destroys planets. Where have I heard this one before? Let me think.
Well, wait a minute. This is.
I know this is after this. I'm saying that
could have been.
Somebody might have borrowed that idea. Is what I'm trying to imply here.
Yeah, it's you see, but it goes. That one goes from Buck Rogers all the way. It actually goes Malaise.
Méliès.
In France, Méliès, right? You know, he's crashes in there. Yeah, it goes from there.
Right in the eyeball.
Yeah, it keeps going. Boom, boom, boom. Generation to generation, same idea going through. But the thing is it's the execution of it. Whoever did this, like, maybe came, and I wonder about this is. Which came first? Was it like George Reeves' TV Superman? Was that first, or was this first?
I think that was first, because that was 40s and 50s, wasn't it?
Which one?
This is like 60s.
Oh, is it? Because George Reeves was 60s also.
Really? I thought that was like 50s.
I don't think so. I think it was... I remember watching it when I was... Well, I mean, I remember watching reruns of it.
Well, I watched reruns of it. I mean, on TV Land.
Yeah, but I watched it when it originally came out. I mean, I would not miss Superman. George.
I'm gonna look it up, but
anyway. Okay, we need to look this up. But yeah, if you have a hankering to go back and see, and the thing is we've been exploring, probably not intentionally, but we have been exploring an awful lot of antique films and 30s films and 40s films, and it is a lot of fun.
We've been bouncing around.
Yes, we have been bouncing around. We've been 30s and 40s.
Okay, 1952 to 1958.
Was what, George Reeves?
Superman. The George Reeves Superman, yeah.
Oh, so that was a long time ago. Dun, dun, dun.
But he did the same poses, like where he'd pose before you do something.
No, it was exactly the same thing. And the weird thing is that they got exactly the same body type that you had to have sat there and the director had to went, yeah, okay.
Well, I went and watched Riff Tracks from 2016 when they did this one.
Oh,
And so
did he do this one?
I watched it. Just the jokes about his outfit were the best ones, and then the way he changed into the superhero outfit where he spun around.
Yeah. Some of the times that he did it, like there's this one in this particular movie, where he starts to run and he runs behind something, and you can tell that what he did is he ran and he just starts it's like he's going to be he's running from this side of the screen to that side of the screen, and he runs behind literally a screen that is in the middle.
Well, he did a little ballerina spin too.
And he did the spin, and the thing is you can tell when he comes in from the side, you can tell that he already had started the spin. and part of the spin was like catching his clothes and throwing, and then he's behind the screen, and then as he's like coming up the other side, you still see his shirt in his other hand as he's dropping it behind the screen. And you're like, okay, all right, let's do this.
Well, see, look at how far they came when Christopher Reeve did it in a phone booth.
And this is really interesting. When I was just listening to another podcast, Bonehead of all things.
Oh, yes.
Advertising somebody else's.
The Boneheads. I love those guys.
The Boneheads. Anyway, I was just listening to them, and they were talking about when they brought Christopher Reeves in. And Christopher Reeves, they spent a couple of weeks rehearsing how he flew, how he would fly.
Yeah, I've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff where
and they couldn't get the motions right for the longest time.
Well, they're suspending him. He's practicing. I've seen some of the stuff, the footage.
And he practiced and he practiced and he practiced, and finally he got it down to the point that he was being very big, in his movements. And he finally got the movements down to just being these little tiny movements as he went, and they actually worked. And I guess the one time when, after like 2 weeks of working with it, what's the name? Is it Richard Donner did the first one?
Yep. That was the second one, I think.
Oh, who did the first one? It was he just died not long ago.
Oh my god, all this research I had to do on the fly makes me nervous.
Okay. Hate to see you work for a living.
I don't remember that. Richard Donner actually did direct the first one and the second one, I think.
Richard Donner wrote about how, or he was in an interview, and they were saying how they got 2 weeks into it, and they thought the flying was going to be pretty easy. They thought that immediately they could do like better than the George Reeves, and it just turned out to be just a nightmare. And finally, when they got it and he got the motions, and he started to lean like you do with a motorcycle. Just because with the motorcycle, you don't turn and go like this. You just adjust your weight. And he started to just adjust his weight, and it just moved him over a little bit. And as he adjusted his weight, he just did these little movements with his hand.
And the sad thing is, this came in handy later when he was in a wheelchair. Sorry. Sorry. What was that, too soon? Too soon?
Yeah. Here. Wait.
Sorry, that was terrible. Sorry, and I love Christopher Reeve, so
yeah, we all.
I love the Superman movies. Those are my favorite. The ones during the '80s where he was. Yeah. Even the one with Richard Pryor. I mean, come on.
I don't know, the Crystal Caves were pretty bad after a while. Yeah, it was like.
Well, this guy did some big movements. He was like swimming, like doing the breaststroke and stuff. Like.
Yeah. Well. And then, there you go. Yeah, but Starman, oh boy, oh man,
yeah, Starman. I don't know. The fight scene for me why was it like 30 minutes long? I mean, and it wasn't even interesting like a Bruce Lee fight scene. It was like just I had to stop and drink coffee halfway through so I could make it through the rest of the fight scene.
There wasn't even if there was a lot of choreography to it, there wasn't a lot of camera choreography to it.
Right. Words, wide shot.
Yeah, wide shot.
Extreme wide shot.
You see this fight, and you know what? The thing is, and it reminds me of that of the song "Everybody Was Kung Fu Fighting."
No, but this would be like everybody was.
Because everybody's like just like, and you're back far enough so the camera doesn't help you do it. You know,
well, they could have cut this up, and then like the best parts were when he was jumping around, like flying to different spots.
Right. Oh yeah.
And taking the guns and doing the.
Yeah, you know, it was I
don't know. I didn't like this as much as you did because I thought it was so bad that it was bad. It wasn't even like campy.
No. I'm not saying that I liked it. I'm saying that I watched.
You appreciate
it. First of all, I was absolutely shocked that anybody would make a second one. But there's like a third and a fourth, and
well, I think
you're right. One thing is that the intro to them is all the same.
Yeah.
And the intro is the first 15 minutes, right? You know, so you're like, I'm not kidding. I was watching it for 15 minutes. I thought, well, wait, this is that other film. And then all of a sudden they went further. But the best part of this film, is the Council of Planets at the very beginning.
Yeah. So I was going to say that I liked, out of the whole hour and 16 minutes, I liked 5 minutes of it. And 2.5 of them were
the Council of Planets.
The beginning. Right? Yeah, the Council.
It's the best. And here's the thing, is they use exactly the same Council of Planets, but with a different voiceover for all 3 films that in the series, right? So that, and with the guys doing the dance and oh man, I have seen that so many times, the Council, but done always done to different music.
There was no direction, no point. It was too long. It was only entertaining for 5 minutes. Weird Aliens, I like the beginning, first 2 minutes, but I watch riff tracks, or I'm sure Mystery Science Theater probably did this one too, so I'd watch one of those.
I
that's my review. Or watch Flash Gordon. Yeah. Flash Gordon.
I like it because I mean I truly like some terrible. Let me just say
I do too, but Flash Gordon is a terrible movie, but that one is so campy, it's entertaining, and it's not boring.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's the thing is this is just bad. This is like the NCIS of early Japanese TV.
It's not even that good. This is like a 1950s TV series that the pilot only had $100 for the pilot. That's basically all they had, and that's it. One pilot. That's what this is like.
This was the third pilot, and they started out with $100.
Although it's a lot like some of those Disney movies that came out in the 60s.
Oh yeah.
But,
yeah.
Oh, here's my chance to plug The Cat from Outer Space again. See, that was one of my favorite ones.
Ah.
Anyway.
Oh.
I'm doing a lot of pointing today. I'm not sure what's wrong with me.
Yeah, the 9 Lives of Thomasina. There you go. Okay, so as far as a rating of this, I'm not even sure it deserves that. I'm not really recommending that anybody watch this unless they have like a purely and like I do. I mean, I have a purely archaeological. I want to see what steps are in between things, because Japanese markets and Chinese markets are huge, and they're putting a lot of money into them now, and I'm just curious as to where they've come from. So there you go.
Well, there you go. It's even more interesting though if you look at Korean movies, by the way. Like, if you look at a Korean movie from the 50s and compare it to now, I guarantee it's different. Don't you think so, Cousin Nate?
Yes. Yep.
I don't know. I think that, yeah, I see your point, but at the same time, just watch Riff Tracks or Mystery Science Theater if you want to watch this one, and just listen to the guys make fun of it.
Yeah,
that's more fun.
This is totally made to make fun of.
So we're not giving this a rating at all. We're gonna just give it the
like I say. I'm 0.9 at best, and there you go.
I'm like at a 0.5 because I gave him a 0.1 for the cool poses. That's about it. But
there you go. Well,
he had a Superman bar thing down. You know, where he pulls the Superman would grab the prison bars or whatever. And just
yeah.
He did that with the satellite thing. That
yeah. And it looked like it was made out of cardboard, though.
Yeah.
So, just a sad,
anyway,
sad thing. It's a sad, 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 sad world.
It's a sad world.